Ladies and gentlemen, Gemma here, welcome back to the channel, and today we're going to be going a little bit crazy, a little bit mischievous, a little bit insane in Pathologic Free Quarantine. As always, there should be text on the screen if you want to skip my very, very long intros and rambles, which are now a staple of this channel. So, Pathologic Free Quarantine, well, I've got a bit of a bone to pick with this game. It's kind of ruined my schedule. So, a mate of mine heavily requested me to play Pathologic. This was a while. This was actually before I played games on YouTube. Basically just saying it seemed right up my alley. And, you know, it's got that Silent Hill psychological horror type shit, which, if you know me, you know that's my type of jam. So, Pathologic was on my list for a while. And thanks to the wonderful Steam sale, I was able to buy Pathologic HD, and just as I was about to boot up Pathologic 1 to do a video for this channel, I got a message from the same friend saying Pathologic Free Quarantine has just came out, which is a sorry, I feel like I'm shouting over the music, it's a very, very chanty. But anyway, Pathologic Free Quarantine is a demo for the work-in-progress game Pathologic Free, and I decided maybe it's better to play the demo of Free and get to use with the world, and then go back to 1 for a full Let's Play, because I'm not sure how long this is going to be. Anyway, Pathologic Free Quarantine. Yeah, you know what? People are probably going to tell me I'm a fucking moron for starting on the third one, then going back to the first one, but hopefully we can start on the third one, go back to the first one, try the second one, then move on to the third one finally comes out. Wow, this game does not like my computer. Okay, we are... Can you give me 5 seconds, please? We are in, and I'd just like to stress, I know nothing about Pathologic. Hang on, we're getting straight into this. To reflect upon a person or an object, you must approach them closely while in concentration mode. Sorry, lads, someone just let a bomb off or something. Out of fear, out of scorn. Oh, backs turned, out of fear, out of scorn. That's cool. I've never seen that in a game before. What are we looking at, guys? What are we looking
asked
at?
for it,
Oh,
you
Jesus!
got it, Chief. You have too much of a spine.
Why aren't you? Who are you, Seraphima? Why aren't you at the interrogation, Bachelor? You're supposed to be there already. Wait, what? They told me it's not an interrogation. What's going on outside? What are you looking at? Right on, mate. Hang on, Chief. Did they summon... Hang on, Chief. Did they summon you because of Fanatica? Will the order to shut down the laboratory down... Oh my god. Will the order to shut the laboratory down be revoked? Postponed? I'm not gonna lie, Platin. Maybe I shouldn't have started on the third game because I've got no idea what's going on. No, I believe I was summoned because of the sand plague. Oh yes, the sand plague. They fear the epidemic might have already spread here to the capital. Oh shit, so the sand plague. Okay, this will be the quarantine, I imagine. So you're the doctor who first discovered this deadly epidemic. This dirt disease. Is it true that it killed off a whole steppe town in a week? 25,000 dead? I cannot comment. Listen to me. All of this is just hearsay. Please leave our director alone. He has important work to do. And you, Chief, should hurry off now. Your appointment is at 8. Thank you, Seraphima. No, answer me this. Since you're the one in charge, is it true or not? You said this disease was already in the capital. Look, man, I don't know. Listen, mister, I don't know. I never said that. I said, I believe there's an epidemic here. I believe. I'm going to say that. That sounds like something... Wait, hang on. What are you staring at? What's going on out there? Oh, yeah, you know what? Fuck, I'm going to ask him that. Oh. Guys. What the fuck? What the fuck? Guys, move! Where the... Talk about psychological horror. I genuinely feel concerned because I don't know what the hell's going on. You're alright, mate. How are you doing?
You can go no further. Caw, Ratin.
Okay. Enough cawing. It was I who set up the quarantine in the first place. I'm so tired of running into obstacles that I created myself. Am I dreaming? Who are you? State your name.
I didn't recognize you at first glance. You've changed quite a bit after a week in our town. I'm Sava Kremnitz, number 72, the last of the Volunteer Orderlies Corps. Since you're here, consider this my resignation.
You know what? There's hope. There's always hope. There's always hope.
You promised to save our town, but all you leave behind are ashes and graves. What lies ahead of you is not a step, but a fog of uncertainty. So where will you go now? Oh man who lost to death.
Okay, I'm starting to feel like maybe I should have played the other games. What a way to talk to me, 72. Grow too fond of your mask, abide by the protocol, and stop with these implications. You know, it's really weird playing this because I literally have no frame of reference. I may as well be speaking to a fucking animal because I've got no idea where any of this contextual-based speaking is coming from. There's a distinct smell of creosote? Creosote? There's a railroad nearby. I'll return to the capital. They're shutting down Fanatica, my lab, and the academy must hear of this dreadful disease. I'm going to pick this one because Sand Plague is the only logical thing I know.
People whisper rumors that the only doctor in the town plans to abandon them to flee. The most fortunate, the survivors, already plan their own escapes. Could they be saved?
Maybe. I don't know. I don't know what the Sand Plague does, Mr. 72. I'll take him to the capital. I need witnesses. I couldn't save with medicine. We're not going to do that. Quarantine means quarantine, absolutely.
Each decision leads to regret the next day. Each step the abyss. How can one sleep after that?
Vita Somnum Breve? Oh man, I should have practiced Latin. My nightmares are a personal matter. So I am dreaming. It seems I am in a waking dream. What screeches out in the steppe in that shadow that almost touches the sky? My nightmares are a personal matter.
Nightmares multiply in darkness. It's their nutrient medium, just like the blood for a plague.
See those bonfires? Those were prepared on my orders to fence off the plague districts. Now they will light my path. So, I assuming we're the ones stopping the engaging a quarantine here.
The light of salvation burns and then fades. Like hope. Like someone's life on a hospital bed. Do you think you'll manage to escape? She already follows you, trying to reach you. She won't let you leave.
Who's she, the plague? Generally, who is she, the plague?
You're a fool, Bachelor Domkovsky. Conscience! Of course it's conscience! You cannot run from your conscience, not even on a train. No, you'd be lucky to even board that train alive. And what form your conscience assumes, that is on you and your broken imagination.
Okay. My conscience is clear. I did all I could for that town. I think. One person cannot fight an outbreak of an unknown disease. Absolutely.
Come back to where you back to where you came from, Doctor. Try to become your old self again. Just don't forget the matches.
Thank you, 72. If it's really you, for your volunteer service, you did all that you could. So, oh, God, what? Throw the matchstick? Jesus, this game doesn't give me a second to fucking breathe. What's that? What is that? What the fuck is that? Shook a match on it? Mate, I didn't mean to do that to insult you. You can clearly kill me, so I don't want to piss you off even more, but... Oh god, I've got shivers. That's fucking horrible. That's actually giving me really bad shivers. That's literally fucking horrible. I've got a big fear of, like, weird limbs. Shit like that. When I was a kid, I walked in on my dad watching Nightmare on Elm Street. You know the scene where his arm stretches across the thing, like in the 1981? Always fucked with me. I don't want to play this anymore. Sorry, mate. I'm not doing this to piss you off. Oh, God. Fuck. There's the train. There's the train 72 was talking about. Brilliant. Right, let's light all these bonfires. So I've got a feeling this fuck's gonna ambush me here. Yoink. Bugger off, mate. Right, let's hop in the train. Oh! Corpses. I'm going to be ill, the stench, out. Oh, these are my internal thoughts? Yeah, no. Ooh. Fucking hell. Oh, God. I'm assuming here that I may have... Maybe in the previous games, this guy, Blazinski or whatever his name was. Give me a minute. Can this game let me talk to my audience, please? Right, hang on. Fucking... Who... Do you guys hear that? No? Am I skitzing out? Is that in real life? What? Is that in real life? Is someone breaking into my fucking house? Anyway, anywho, ignoring the knocking, which I'm hoping is coming from the game, and it's just a sound glitch. That's really distracting. I'm assuming this guy is like, he failed to save a town, maybe, and he's got survivor's guilt. They keep knocking the beasts of... Oh, okay, it's in the game. It's in the game. All they want is to stomp someone's face down. Hello, ladies and gents.
They'll go to any lengths, Chief. But our lengths are longer.
Do you hear those peculiar footsteps on the stairs? Ominous footsteps. I think they're coming for us. If they catch you here, there's no telling what might happen.
Like old Professor Luria used to say, every cobbler should stick to his last.
I was chatting to you before, Plan. Shall I continue? The ruling goes on. Your Fanatica, the nation's only laboratory specializing in novel life extension techniques, comes across a pseudo-scientific wild goose chase. This so-called effective immortality project. Okay. Am I trying to find immortality? Wild goose chase, that gaggle of ossified dotards, would be to suspend the research, transfer the laboratory to pure view of the Chemistry Institute, and dismiss its staff. I can recite it from memory by now. Okay, so we're looking into immortality. The government think it's a waste of time. They're shutting us down. Right. This has got to do with something called the sand plague or whatever. Alright, I'm slowly getting this. Perhaps you could retell it in verse. I won't let them, it's my life's work. I don't know to what extent you two might say the same. I'd sooner lose a wife, an arm, and then Fanatica, and why does it have to be now? We just got a cellular level reaction. That sounds good to me. You don't have a wife. Given the way you live, you never will. Thanks, Seraphima. Thank you. Fine, no wife, so make do with both eyes or both arms. After all, I've got you and Platin, I'll do fine in my head. I'm married to my work. Our relationship is loving, mutually fulfilling, and unclouded by rivalry. Actually, there is still hope, Bachelor. If we present them that immortal man from the central step. Immortal man? So we found an immortal guy. What was his name? Sheen? Ivan? Kane? Simon Kane? I don't quite remember. He's not immortal, but his longevity is quite unique. I don't know. I don't know what his name is. No time, colleagues. No time. They're already climbing the stairs. Dankovsky, you need to run. There'll be no commission when you're gone. Okay. Just one more thing. What that may be. Take care of yourself, Chief. You're so reckless, head always in the clouds. You don't really know how to fend for yourself, do you? What's the worst that could happen? We're all doomed without you. No crying in the laboratory, it'll be alright. Enough of this. Are you armed? Oh, am I armed? I don't know. Why, I'm armed with my vast intellect and quick wit. As long as I can open my mouth, they won't know what hit them. I can already imagine what this character is. Daniel, are you armed? Seraphima, do you really believe that Steppe is such a wild... So we're in a country called Steppe, or Steppe. Please just take this with you. Okay, best of luck to you guys. I got a gun! I'm gonna be shooting some people, huh? To fire this gun off, I wonder.
Freeze!
Oh. Don't do anything stupid. Hands up. Hands up. I've got 3 bullets. I've got 6 bullets in here. Let's not do anything stupid. Especially at him. Okay. Sounds like a hold-up mechanic. Interesting. I'm still confused as hell on what the fuck is going on, man. Where's my gun? Where's my gun gone? They take my gun off me? Bloody hell. Off to a fantastic start. Let's get the hell out of here. Oh, we're back here.
I'm Daniil Denkovsky, Bachelor of Medicine. My research into the limits of human life has brought me renown. I've devoted all my energy and remarkable intellect to combating the greatest fear that binds humanity, the inevitability of imminent death.
I knew it.
Seeking proof of my theories, I traveled to a small, steep town to examine a person of phenomenal longevity, Simon Kane. But I walked into a trap. The moment I arrived there, an unknown disease struck the town. It devoured the town like a wildfire. Its contagion and lethality surpassed anything humanity had ever faced. And I became the only doctor standing in the way of this unprecedented pestilence.
Pathologic free quarantine. Okay. So I'm assuming he's got survivor's guilt then. That's why he's so worked up. Interesting. All right. God, this game loves throwing you around, doesn't it?
Staying at home.
Oh God.
Waiting, counting minutes.
Mr. Inspector, alright. Let's go back to your testimony, Bachelor Donkovsky. Testimony says... Oh, did I get caught? Fuck. How long are you going to drag out this dramatic pause, Inspector? Let's try to remain level-headed. The ministerial inspection of your lab, Fanatica, began in early September. Your presence was required at all times. Instead, you dashed off across the country to a backwater town to bring back what might be described as... well, the immortal guy, right? A person with unique longevity. I'm going to say immortal. If we push the whole immortality arc, maybe we can get some leeway here. Yes, this town had an outbreak of some fever the scientific community had no knowledge of. As luck would have it, you were the only medical professional at the site of the event. That sounds very, very awkward to explain. You were forced to remain there, since leaving was impossible. You led the effort to combat the epidemic and, evidently, took on some field research as well. Accurate so far? Look, it doesn't matter if it turns out to be accurate or not, we need to lie. We need to convince this guy that it's fine, so yeah, we're going to say accurate. This is fun, because, again, I've got no serious context on what's happening, so... You did not succeed. Oh, fuck. A complete failure. It goes without saying that one would be foolish to fault a medical specialist in a situation like yours. The remoteness, the lack of communication, the hostile environment. Terrible conditions for scientific work. What doctor could have possibly succeeded in those? No one blames you. Okay. On the contrary, many stopped just short of saying I deliberately brought the infection to the capital. Oh, did I bring the infection here? Precisely. No equipment, incompetent aides, zero authority. Given I'm no epidemiologist, I did the best I could. Oh! Hello. Is this me? Wait, hang on a minute. What? Wait, am I playing as the... Hang on a minute, why have I switched to the detective? Hang on a minute, precisely, no equipment. This is what I just wrote. I said I don't blame you, didn't I, Bachelor? Wait, I'm playing as the detective now. Why have I switched? I said I don't blame you, didn't I, Bachelor, for any of it. Did you hear me? Besides, that ordinance from last year. What? What? That's better. Tell me, if you'd be so kind, what causes your suspicious unease? I wouldn't assume a guilty conscience. Oh, this is fucking with my brain. This is fucking with my brain. Why have we just switched characters? I suppose we can't rule out a setup. Too many coincidences. That letter about Simon lures me to the town. No one shows me Simon. The whole place locks down, trapping me. And while I'm left to die, Fanatica is destroyed just before a scientific breakthrough. My final hours are spent studying the sand pest. That's the plague, I imagine. Crafty, I must admit. I see a worn-out man, unsure whether he's still among the living. A man disassembled. I'm trying to help you put yourself back together. Am I a psychologist? What do you want to know? What I could have done? Alright, my first idea was quarantine. I needed time to study the disease. So I isolate patients in their homes. No, I isolate entire districts. I tried to get at least a day ahead of it. It was spreading too swiftly and, of course, I ensured that no one could leave the town. And the steps you took only shortened the lifespan of this settlement. Okay. Right, okay. Plot here. This guy, Bachelor, goes to a town. The town... He's been lured here looking for an immortal guy. The town's ill, I think. Maybe. Is this all in his head? Do you know what? Maybe I should have played the first one first, because I'm triply confused now. Ah, you refer to the popular... Because it's funny, because I was just playing as this guy, and I seem so switch on. From my perspective, in real life, I seem switch on to the fact that I don't know contextually what this guy knows, and now I've swapped perspectives to the detective or psychologist, and now it's making him look insane. Ah, you refer to the popular discontent. I didn't need love from them, only discipline. A difficult surgery can't be performed on a resisting patient. That's why patients get tied up, held down, or you know, I can never say that word. They take anesthetic. Every step I took was justified, or the town wouldn't have lasted those 7 days. Okay, you spent 12 days in the Gorkon area. I have my file on this desk here. Don't know what Gorkon is. What I'm seeing is mistake after mistake. You're too intelligent to not suspect malicious intent here. Or sabotage. Wait, I'm back as him! Press J to map of thoughts. What the fuck? Mind map. Important events happen every day. Select the day to recall what transpired. So is this like... What? Alright, day 1. Let's go back to day 1. Day 1. So day 1, he went to go meet Simon Kane. People see stabbings, tearing off clothing of corpses. They say someone important has died. What the fuck? I'm not smart enough for this game. Eva Yan has taken her own life because of you. Who the fuck? The town is beheaded. Okay, hang on. Day 1, I arrive. Day 2, you're not sure what the disease is. Day 3, Simon Kane possibly never existed and I was brought here. Day 4, everyone who knew about Simon Kane is dead. The Inquisitor's arrival, someone called the Inquisitor shows up. Kills every leadership role. The town tries to kill him. Eva kills herself. The plague wins, I imagine. And then I die. So, is this the plot of the previous game?
Please don't confuse inspection and inquisition.
I doubt. Creating a vaccine is as simple as brewing a cup of tea. The disease mutated fast. The scientific community had never seen anything like it. I had to create a vaccine every day. Do you understand? A new one each time. All the while I had no equipment, no lab. I had to improvise new methods in a matter of minutes. Hospital? You know what? I believe you, but I need more details. Okay, I'm so fucking lost. This game's really confused me. We got an achievement. That's a good sign. We completed Act 1. Fucking hell, this is making me want to play the first game more. I'm genuinely interested to see what is going on here. Whoa. Oh god, you things again. Okay, no clue why that's on there. But at least we know what we're pointing at. Whoa! Tragedian? Tragedian? What voice do I even do for a tragedian?
Signore, you're here, upon the stage once more. The man who made a hospital out of...
Okay.
The theatre will have eyes on him aplenty. Do you know what the oldies behind your back are whispering?
What are they whispering? What are they saying?
They say you have a seesaw in your head. They picture you a man atop a board, atop a barrel, gun in hand, aiming as you roll and teeter to and fro.
Who the fuck are you, tragedian? I mean, I'm not gonna lie. Love that design. Seesaw inside my head. Maybe the rumors have truth to them.
Extremes, signor. Extremes can kill you dead. One moment, mired in apathy. The next, in mania, trying to do everything at once. You're caught between your pounding heart and your two hesitating feet. A man of impulse, yet sometimes paralyzed. That there is your seesaw.
That's fair enough, mate. I agree. Jesus Christ.
As we stand here in the old theatre, let me then play the doctor and prescribe balance. The golden mean, though you may yet be swept to Scylla. Or to Haribis. And even now, what do you feel? As soon as you approach the sick, indifference and gloom begin to burden you.
So much talking with no practical use. Give me your impression of a prescription if you fancy yourself a doctor.
The strongest treatment is right here. The same we use to numb the hopeless sick. These drugs may work for you as well, but mind that as you take them, you become accustomed to them, and you'll need more and more each time.
Okay. Right, I think I get what this game's hinting at. I imagine there's some medicine which I can become addicted to. I am perfectly aware of that.
But there are other ways as well. A drink and a smoke, perhaps. Things that you may not expect can stabilize you. To warm yourself by the fire, or wash yourself in cool water. Even kicking a trash bin in frustration. You will know what helps you best. You are a scientist, so experiment.
Okay, so he's my tutorial guy, right?
And yet it wouldn't hurt to take some pills with you. Who knows what madness lies ahead? Take something from the hospital supplies. Besides the other front you struggle on, there's a struggle with yourself, signor. What could be harder?
I remember and I dread. You actors do love to exaggerate. Okay. Ooh! Okay, so I can smoke and drink in this game. Wow, brilliant. It's just like real life. Fantastic. I've got a poison here as well. So what have I got? Poison, tobacco. I've got tobacco, but I don't have a... I imagine I chew it, maybe. Alright, boys. Still don't... I won't draw my gun when no one threatens me. Is there a reason to talk? If you think you're seeing something terrifying, it's always just people in masks. Oh, okay, so these are just people. These are the volunteers, right? Okay. I don't need to talk to them. Let's go talk to someone normal. Not sure why static just came on my screen. Evening, gentlemen. Is there even a reason to talk? Apathy. Patients must be questioned, examined, and their symptoms recorded in the casebook. So right now I don't want to talk to any of these people. And am I terminally exhausted? They are terminally ill, but studying their intercurrent diseases may lead to a vaccine for the plague. But I'm too tired to talk. Okay. Interesting.
I'd rather not hear it all.
What?
Drilling my temples. Damn them.
Right. I imagine that's... Am I just making my sanity... Okay, right.
Poor
So,
stuff.
I was apathetic.
We tried to convince him, but he refused to believe us.
Right. Okay. Shut up for a minute, Harris Specs. So, as the guy said, kick a bin if it makes you feel better. I imagine I was too apathetic. That was the static, and now I'm feeling good. Okay. Yakov. Could it be yesterday's technique has proved to be the right one? As your assistant, it's my duty to inform you that among the recipients of yesterday's vaccine, there appears to be zero mortality. That is to say, no notification so far. I like Yakov. Yakov seems like a cool guy. Okay, well, yeah, that doesn't actually tell us anything. I mean, if they've survived one day, that seems good. It's a real shame we can't put them under proper observation in isolation ward. Why can't we do that? But let's assume at least some of them avoid infection. While you were away, I tried my hand at diagnosing, using your procedure. Oh, okay. How'd that go? So I noted down symptoms using your approach. I crossed off illnesses based on principle of impossible combinations, but I didn't really get anywhere. Okay. You know, sometimes I try to think like you do. I give it my best and try at that. I do this just so I can understand you just a little, and I fail every time. The way your heads work is a complete mystery to me. Do you have the anamnesis? What? What? Why am I... I'm so fucking lost. I'm genuinely so confused. What does that word mean? Could you remind me? I don't think I recall it. I'll say it again. Getting the patient's medical history or anamnesis is your first priority. There are strictly 3 steps. Step 1. Interview the patient. It always comes first, no matter how tongue-tied or confused they are. No matter how much they get wrong, the information is priceless. Even if they're straight up lying, it's still important. Just like you're an investigator or a detective. But I'm no Pinkerton, unlike you. Oh, so he's a Pinkerton! Step 2. The exam. The part requires the utmost attention, and when we take note of anything suspicious, we do it in the context of what the patient has told us. Okay. Turned out to be important, got it. And step 3. If required, a careful inspection of the surroundings the patient lived in, especially when you feel they're being coy, evasive, hiding something, in a word, lying. Okay, right, I understand, thank you. Yes, I understand, thank you. I'll show you. Observe and memorize. So can I interview these patients? I'm healthy, just so you know, I don't have anything. Then why did they bring you here then? I had a fever, that's why. 2 days of it for no reason. But I'm getting better now. I have no scratchies on my skin. No yellowing, no sandpaper scratchies. No drought of the mouth. Okay. You're certain there's nothing on your skin? Sand pest manifests on the skin first, then a fever comes later. Go ahead and examine everything, head to toe if you must. I won't be embarrassed. This is a question of life and death. After all, I'm not a young lady anymore. You're not a young lady anymore? How old are you? And where did you used to live? Have you had any contact with the infected? Our house was cleared out after the infection came. People were sent wherever there was space. Comfort is a luxury right now. Some were lucky and ended up in an empty living room. Some got an attic or a cellar. Us, we were put in the boiler room. When it reached our street, they rounded up the whole caboodle of us to the isolation ward. A boiler room wasn't turned on. Okay, yeah, well, that's the fever. You were hot. The air was so stuffy. Convincing, but they'll still need to extend me. Please undress there behind the screen. I'm not going to take any risks. I don't know what the sand plague is, but they say it appears with scratches. She might be a bit hesitant, maybe. Maybe there's something on her back that she can't see. We're going to take this seriously and do a proper examination. So this game's turned into a full doctor sim. Okay, physical exam. The patient must be examined and their symptoms added to the casebook. Open the casebook with N. This can also be done during the examination. Okay. Fucking hell, this is like a doctor simulator, isn't it? My god. Right, so casebook. Right. So she's 33, married, shopkeeper, 5th day of the plague she was admitted. She does smoke, and she did have a fever. Okay, suspected symptoms here. Chest pain, cough, coughing, or blood. She's got none of them. Ichthyosis, stones, itchy skin, bleeding ulcers, skin. Yeah, okay, so we're going to be looking for something like that. She doesn't seem to have any sign of loss of coordination. She hasn't reported any diarrhea. Sore throat, lips. She hasn't reported any joint pain. No burning sensation and no photophobia. Okay, we'll check that. Fucking hell. I'm not an actual doctor, you know. Alright. How do we close this? Okay. Pale skin rarely leaves home. Alright. You'll have to excuse me, miss. I don't mean to be, 65 is a very good heart rate, by the way. So how do I turn around? Chest, back. If you could turn around for me, please, love. Nothing on her back. Not that I can see. Oh, she's very, very pale. I don't imagine pale skin is a symptom. What's this? Okay, anemic vasculopathy. I thought we were just looking for sand plague or whatever it's called. Okay. An infectious disease caused by microorganisms from the steppe soil entering the bloodstream. Right, pale skin. She does have a very pale skin, but she doesn't have hydrophobia, headache, red eye. Does she have red eye? How do I view her head? Actually, we viewed her face before. She doesn't seem to have it. Alright. Oh! Oh! Hematoma. Maybe she bumped into something. Maybe it's a symptom. I should ask where the bruise came from. Oh, so we have to diagnose her, right? Okay. Alright, well... She doesn't have chest pain. She hasn't reported any. She doesn't have a cough. She's not coughing up blood. She's not got cyanosis. She doesn't have that. Stone disease, probably not. Itchy skin. She's got a rash. Skin redness. Eczema, could be. Doubt it's an insect bite. No bleeding. She's not yellow. She's not got jaundice, so it can't be that. Not seeing any sign of ulcers. We can cross off any mental illness. She seems okay. Not reporting anything like that. She's not reporting anything like that. No burning sensation, fever, vein damage. She does have... Alright, let's get the assistant. You called Mr. Dankovsky. I'm here and ready to heed. Okay, so Mr. Little, we have a patient here. She's claimed to be in good health despite having a fever a few days ago. Do we take her word for it? Of course, distrusting people is no way to live. Well, if she had a fever, there must be a reason for it. Remember this, a patient's self-evaluation may be incorrect. That's why you must ask specific questions about the symptoms, about what comes up during the exam, and about the patient's circumstances in daily life. Okay. Observe and learn, Mr. Little. So how do we ask them questions? The patient is running a temperature, in other words, a fever. Open up my casebook and look up fever and tell me how many conditions are listed. Okay. Influenza, burning fever, consummation, measles. 8 of them. 8 diagnoses fit the bill. It's a frequent symptom, which means that you may have to find others and narrow down the search, then do it again and again until you're left with just one verdict. This, Miss Little, is what's known as differential diagnosis. Am I actually learning to be a doctor here? The name is self-explanatory. We differentiate between similar things to find the only correct solution to our problem. Okay. Let's get down to it then. You look pale, ma'am. Has your skin been like this since birth, or is the pallor recent? It's not like I get to look in the mirror a lot, living in a boiler room and all, but I don't think I've ever been pale. Okay. So this isn't typical. Okay, Mr. Add pallor to the fever in the record, and what do we get? A mere 2 conditions down from 8. A single symptom called pallor eliminated 6 out of our 8 candidates. We're left with a choice of 2. Where did the hematoma come from, my good lady? Ah, here we go, now he's asking. I mean the bruise over here next to your wrist. Did you bump into something, or is there someone that batters you? Don't worry, there's nothing to be embarrassed about when you're seeing a doctor. I'm not embarrassed. That's a bruise? Well, that's news to me. I've never seen it before. Okay, she might be lying, but I must have bumped into something and forgotten about it with all the fuss. The boiler room is dark and cramped. But if the patient got it from bumping into something, it's not the kind of bruise we're looking for. Okay, Mr. Tankowski, I'm seeing the hematoma, the fancy bruise on your list. She doesn't remember how she got the bruise, she can only guess. The manual provides a more detailed description of the illnesses for a situation like this, what causes it, who's susceptible, etc. If she can give us useful clues. Got it. When in doubt, read the condition. Practicing the medicine takes more than checking symptoms against a list with schoolboy's diligence. You have to bring your reasoning to it. Here's one way to do it. Tell me, good lady, do you garden? Do you grow anything at all? Cucumbers? Roses? I'm not following you at all, doctor. No, I've never liked digging or shoveling in earth. There. Earth. Does the boiler room you've been relocated to have an earthen floor? That's right. Ah, we read about that. We fucking read about that. The boiler room isn't really suited for living in, but in these times I'd be ungrateful to complain. How did you guess, doctor? Earth. There was something about earth in the manual. Wish I could remember. It's simple. All kinds of things can be found in your local soils, including microorganisms capable of disrupting circulation, hence the pallor. The bruises were not caused by trauma. A hematoma appears when blood vessels and walls are damaged, either by an external force or, as in this case, an illness. And the infection can be contracted from contact with the earth. We found your diagnosis. That's the one! And hematoma, so therefore it's anemic vasculopathy, an infectious disease caused by microorganisms from the steppe-based soil entering the bloodstream. Peasant women, peasant ploughmen, grave diggers, and other various types. Yeah, that's got to be the one. That's got to be the one. Lock diagnosis. Hold. Sign. Boom! We just fucking did it! Oh, mate, this game's fucking great.